these businesses, okay? No more excuses. What I want you guys to understand is you should be generating income while you're on these apps. It is diabolical how so many of you guys spend hours upon hours upon hours of being here on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and you're not even getting paid for your time. You don't think your time is valuable? You don't think that every time you hop on one of these apps, you should be generating some form of income, whether it's through your content or the sales of your products? If you are not building your business, thank you, on these apps, we have a serious issue that we've got to address today, not tomorrow, not next week like y'all love to do. It has to get fixed today. Time is of the essence. I also want you ladies to understand this. You should be generating income while you are asleep, okay? The goal is to build generational wealth. If the only time you make money is if you're actively working for it, well, then that's a problem. Because let's be real, at some point, you're going to want to take a vacation, yes? You're going to want to spend time with your family. You're going to want to practice some self care, get your nails done, do a spa day. If you only make money when you're actively working for it, we have to fix it today, not tomorrow, not next year. It's got to get fixed today. Time is of the essence. Ladies, you only need one digital product in your store, just one. And that one product that you choose to create and sell will literally change your entire life. See, a lot of you guys want to make ebook after ebook after ebook. You've got ebooks for years, but you haven't even sold the first one. Focus on selling the one thing that you already made to hundreds upon thousands of people, okay? And if I can do it, if other creators can do it, why can't you? You want to know why? You want to know the truth? The truth is, the reason why you can't do it is because you won't let go of fear. Mm. You can't run a successful business and be scary as hell. It ain't gonna work. On my live, fear stands for fuck everything and run. Thank you for the follow. And that's what you've been doing for a very long time. Some of y'all have been running away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea for years because you're so fearful of looking stupid. You're so fearful of failing. You're so fearful of people talking about you. You're so fearful of sucking at something. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is the very thing that is stealing your dream life from you. Because let's be real, you know exactly what kind of life you want to live. You've already planned it out in your head. You've been praying about it for years. You know exactly what side of town you want to live on. True or false? You already know the neighborhood. You know exactly what kind of vacations you want to take with your family. You know you want to go to Disney. You know you want to go overseas. You know all of the things. You know exactly how much money you want in your savings account. And most importantly, you know exactly how much money you want to leave your children when you're no longer here. Am I lying? You've been praying about it for years. But every single day that you don't live like that is another day that you could have. But you made the choice to let fear steal it from you. Mm, mm, mm. We've got to stop living in fear. Good morning. We've got to stop living in fear. Okay. If you've never seen my face before, good morning. My name is Jasmine. This morning on this beautiful Wednesday, we are going to be building our online business from scratch. Okay. I'm going to be helping you build it from the ground up. But not only are we going to build our online business this morning, ladies, most importantly, we are going to build ourselves. Contrary to popular belief, you are getting in your own way. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that because a lot of y'all love to play the victim Olympics. You want to play the blame game. You don't get that over here. No, you're not a victim. You are an empowered woman. And a lot of the things that you do is exactly why you are where you're at. See, it's challenging to build a business when you lack consistency. Oh, clock it. Good morning. It is challenging, damn near impossible to build a business when you're insecure. Hello. It is impossible to build a business when you don't even prioritize yourself in your own life. It is impossible to build a business when you lack discipline and accountability. It ain't gonna happen. Like I said, there are things about you that's holding you back. So, not only will we be building our business this morning, but we're also going to be building ourselves. We are going to build who we need to become so we can attract the things that we've always wanted. Good morning, Mr. Jackson. I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of information this morning. It would be in your best interest to take notes, okay? Because one thing I know I do is I add value to everybody that I speak to, and I'm going to be adding a lot of value into your life this morning, okay? You better write it down. You better write it down because if I know anything about you, you are human. And as a human, you are bound to forget. That's not gonna change because life's and stress is true or false. But if you write it down, good morning, when you do forget, you can still refer back to your notes and get it done, okay? The key word of this live, ladies, is going to be execution. You're gonna hear me say this word 10 million times this morning because I need it to stick in your pretty head. Psychology has already proven the more you hear something, the more it sticks, and this word needs to stick. You have got to execute. I don't know what fantasy world you live in, but in the real world, you actually have to do the thing. Okay. It amazes me how many people will watch about the thing. They'll or excuse me, they'll tell other people about the thing. They'll journal about the thing. A lot of y'all ladies love to journal. You've been journaling for years. There's nothing left to journal. You will tell other people about the thing. You will pray about the thing. You will manifest about the thing, but you won't just do the thing. You refuse to do the thing. You think that by watching content on the thing is doing something. No, man, you're just wasting time. That's the only thing you're doing. You have got to execute what we talk about this morning. And if you don't, I promise you this, nothing that I say this morning is going to apply to you. You might as well not even waste your time because if you do not do what we talk about, nothing for you will change. That is a guarantee. Okay, good morning. That is a guarantee. If you have your pen and paper in hand and you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and put ready in the chat. Also, TikTok and YouTube. If I say anything this morning that's resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, go ahead and start double tapping the screen. YouTube, thumbs up the live. I see 15 people on here. Let's get the thumbs up. TikTok, start double tapping. The more we interact with these lives, ladies, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. And believe it or not, a lot of women have no clue that they're the common denominator in their own life. They don't even realize it. They're playing blame game and victim Olympics too. And they think that it's everyone else's fault as to why they're not getting the results that they're getting. When in reality, it's really them holding themselves back. So just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others. Good morning. Let's get started. Let's go. Let's go. Happy Wednesday. Also, make sure you guys follow me so you don't lose me. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. Okay. All right, Sandy, you're going to take notes. So, what is a digital product and how will we build our business? Let's talk about it. So, a digital product is something you just don't have physical possession of. So, just think of a movie on Netflix, think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You don't physically have it in your possession, it's all out in the cloud somewhere, okay? You are going to create something to sell, and it can be anything. Please don't overthink. Some of y'all do that. Don't. Listen, there's something that you're already really good at. There's something that you have a lot of knowledge in. Ask yourself, what is something that people ask me to do all the time for free? And whatever that thing is, that needs to be your business, okay? Just do what you already know. Get in where you fit in, okay? And it doesn't have to, you can do an ebook if you want, but you can also do an e-course. You could do private communities. You could do workbooks and journals, affirmation guides, literally whatever you want to do, you can do it. But in order to do it, you got to let go of fear, okay? Okay. Now I'm going to give y'all two apps, and these apps will change your entire life if you use them. Okay, so not only are you going to download this morning, but you have to open it up and use it. You got to execute. If you're ready for app number one, go ahead and put one in the chat. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. We are building our online business. While I wait for somebody to put one in the chat, let me ask you and be honest. When was the last time you prioritized yourself in your own life? Meaning, when was the last time you said to yourself, today I'm going to work on my goal? I'm going to take 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, and I'm going to lock in. I'm going to turn the TV off. I'm not going to go nowhere. I'm going to sit in this house and I'm going to execute X, Y, and Z. Mm. Some of y'all like Jazz. I don't ever do that. And that's the problem. That is the problem. I don't know if you know this or not, but you only get one life. See, some of y'all think y'all get 10. You get one. And it amazes me how many people will use their one life always doing for others, always showing up for others, but they never show up for themselves. They never put themselves first. You're going to have to change that. You're going to have to start making yourself a priority in your own life, because if you don't, you will continue to get the results that you've been getting. You will continue to talk about what you're going to do, but never actually do it. You can't keep doing for others and not doing for self. That don't even make sense. You got to start prioritizing yourself. It's a non-negotiable. Okay? All right. She said that's a word. I can't make this up. That is the truth. App number 1 is Canva. You will be using Canva for everything. Canva, Canva, Canva. Go ahead and download it. Good morning. You will be using Canva for YouTube thumbnails. You will be using Canva for your Instagram reel templates. You will be using Canva to make your ebook look all professional, okay? And do not get intimidated by Canva. For those of you guys who think you can't do this, ladies, all you have to do is drag and drop. It is so simple. I promise you, everything that you need for your business and your content, you can find it on Canva. Okay. So make sure y'all download that right now, not tomorrow, today. Okay. Now, before we get into app number 2, I do want to speak to the woman on this live who is still holding on to fear. She knows who she is. She's scary as hell. And she's already trying to come up with excuses as to why this ain't going to work for her. She's saying things like, Jazz, girl, I would love to start an online business, but I'm not tech savvy. What if I'm too old for this? What if it's too late for me? Okay, well, before you run away from your brilliant idea, your $1,000,000 idea, like you do all the time, just listen. The very first thing I want you to hear me on is this. You woke up this morning, okay? That is a blessing, ladies. Every single day that you wake up means that you were blessed with another day, another opportunity to work on your goals. So use it until you are 6 feet under. It is never too late to do anything. So get that out your head right now. Number 2, you are extremely tech savvy. See, the problem is we never give ourselves credit where credit is due. You do it every day because let's be real, you're on social media all day long. Am I lying? You are liking, commenting, sharing, and archiving. That takes tech savviness. So you will use the same tech savviness that you already have and build your online business. And number 3, for my ladies who do think they're too old for this, what did we just say? See, some of y'all not listening. We said we were going to sell our knowledge. So if you are older, that means you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of wisdom. So that means you have a lot of things that you could be selling if you let go of the fear. Okay? All right. If you're ready for app number 2, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. App number 1 was Canva. Make sure you guys are taking notes. If I know anything about you, you are human and you're going to forget because life and stresses. So just write it down so that when you do forget, you can still refer back to your notes and get it done. Okay? The key word is execution. Also, if I'm saying anything this morning that's resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. YouTube, thumbs up the live. Make sure you subscribe. TikTok, make sure you follow me so you don't lose me, okay? Okay. App number 2, good morning, is ChatGPT. You will be using chat for everything. This is AI. This is AI, okay? Everything that you need, I promise you, ChatGPT got you covered, all right? So maybe you do want to create content, but you're just not too sure what kind of videos to make. No worries, ChatGPT will tell you. Maybe you do want to start a YouTube channel, but you're just a little camera shy. You're not too sure what to say in the videos. Okay, what if I told you ChatGPT will script the whole video for you? Now all you got to do is say the words. So what's the excuse now? You don't have one. You never did. And maybe you do want to create an ebook. That's what I'm going to teach you how to do this morning, but you're just not too sure what to put in it. Fine. What if I told you ChatGPT will write your entire ebook for you from beginning to end in under 30 seconds? Ladies, this is why I keep saying time and time and time again, it has never been easier than today. Good morning, to start your online business, but the problem is you. That's the truth. I'm gonna tell you nothing but the truth on this live. I'm not pandering. The problem is you. Your lack of consistency, your lack of discipline, your lack of confidence, your lack of prioritizing yourself in your own life. And until you fix those things, I promise you, you won't have a business. That is a guarantee. It is you that is holding you back. Okay. So I gave you guys Canva and I gave you guys ChatGPT. Now we have to put it together and write it. If you're ready for prompt number one, go ahead and put ready in the chat. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday for those of you guys who are just tuning in. And I do want to ask you guys something while I wait for somebody to put ready in the chat. Listen, and we got to be honest with ourselves. Don't ever forget this. The worst lies are the lies we tell ourselves. I'm going to say that again. Write that down. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. You have to be honest. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you told yourself how amazing you are? When was the last time you told yourself how proud you are of you? When was the last time you told yourself everything you touch turns to gold? Good morning. Some of y'all like, Jazz, you got me. I don't ever talk to myself like that. And that's the problem. That's the problem. You never say nice things to yourself. Let me tell you this. Ladies, the way we talk to ourselves determines how we show up for ourselves. Okay. A lot of people lack confidence in self, which means confidence is just who you think you are. Confidence is who you think you are. And the problem is, so many people are walking around here not thinking highly of themselves. Why? Because they don't say nice things to themselves and they don't show up for themselves. They never keep the promises that they make to themselves. There have been things that you have told yourself you were going to do that you still haven't done. Day after day after day, you do nothing but make excuses. You procrastinate. You try to convince yourself that you're not good at it and it's not going to work for you. Well, how can you think highly of yourself when you treat yourself like that? You can't. And that's another reason why so many people struggle creating content and posting it, because they care too much about what people think of them because they don't think highly of themselves. That has got to change right now. Starting right now, you are going to start saying nice things to yourself. You are going to start saying that you are amazing and that you are proud of yourself and that every single thing that you touch turns to gold. That's a non-negotiable starting right now. Secondly, you are going to start keeping the promises that you make to yourself. If you told yourself that you were going to start a business, then that means it is time to start the daggone business. If you told yourself that you were going to create content, then it's time to create the content. Stop wasting your precious, valuable time. If you told yourself that you were going to lose weight, ma'am, it is time to lose the daggone weight. And this is coming from a woman who lost 100 pounds. You have got to start keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can start to feel good about yourself, so you can start to show up for yourself. Confidence is key, and a lot of people don't have it. And that's exactly why you aren't getting things done. All of that has got to change starting right now. Okay? Okay. I told you I was going to get on your ass this morning. Now, prompt number one, you're going to open up the Chat GPT app and you're going to type this in. Here we go. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Y'all better get to writing. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. If you've got that, put got that in the chat. If you need for me to repeat it, this will be the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. Let's go, let's go. Good morning. Yes, you have to talk to yourself positively. That's non-negotiable. Some of y'all call yourself stupid. How do you think you can get stuff done productively and you keep calling yourself stupid? Make it make sense. The way you talk to yourself determines how you show up for yourself. I need you to audit the things that you say to yourself. Stop. I want you to start putting some respect on your name. Okay? Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. It's a habit. If that's the habit, we got to change it. We got to create new routines and habits. That's the only way we're going to change. Let me tell you this. If you don't change, nothing for you will change. Change starts with you. You cannot change other people, but you can always change you. If you don't like the results you've been getting in your own life, then change who you are. You attract what you are. A lot of people don't want to believe that. I didn't want to believe that before either. I can't make it up. You attract what you are. So if you want to attract better, become better. It really is that simple, but so many people want to overthink. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solve a problem. You're going to hit enter. Now, before we move forward, write this word down. This says consistent. Go ahead and write it down. And then I want you to underline it. And then I need you to go ahead and circle it, because starting right now, you and I are going to lock in on the true definition of this word consistent, because believe it or not, a lot of y'all are extremely confused. So let me go ahead and unconfuse you. Some of y'all think the word consistent means if you feel like it. Some of y'all think consistent means if I'm not too busy. No. Some of y'all think consistent means if I have time. No, absolutely not. Consistent means more often than not. So, if there are 7 days in a week, consistent means working on your business, your content, or any goal that you have for yourself 4 out of the 7 days. That's the new standard. That is the new standard that you are stepping into right now. Whether you want to spend 20 minutes a day, 4 days a week, whether you want to spend 10 hours a day, 4 days a week. I don't care the amount of time, but guess what? You will start showing up for yourself 4 out of the 7 days. And don't you dare try to hit me with the jazz. I don't have time to. That's a lie that you continue to tell yourself so you can feel better about the poor decisions that you make. You have all the time in the world, because if you have time to scroll all day, you have time to do this. If you have time to catch up on your favorite TV shows and movies, you have time to do this. If you have time to sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about nonsense, then you have more than enough time to do this. You are going to have to start making yourself a priority in your own life if you want anything in your life to change. I cannot stress this enough. You have got to be consistent. And if you don't want to be consistent, then just leave now. Because I promise you, if you don't become consistent, nothing that we're talking about this morning is going to apply to you. I don't even want to waste your time. Just leave. Go. Go. You've got to be consistent. It's the only way any of this is going to work. Now, let's make consistency easy, because life is hard enough. True or false? Life is life, and stress is stressing, and then bills is piling up. So let's make consistency easy so we can actually be consistent. Okay. Listen, it is so much easier. Good morning, to be consistent when you do things that you actually like to do. Okay. Because when things do not feel like work, even though it's work, if it doesn't feel like work, you look forward to doing it. Now you have something in your day to be excited about. Okay. So I want you to go through that list that ChatGPT gave you and only choose ideas that you truly have a passion for. I want you to ask yourself, what is something that I would love to talk about all day, every day, if I could get paid to do it? And whatever that thing is, that's your business. See, A lot of you guys make things hard on yourself for no reason, because what a lot of you guys have done is you have chose niches and things that you don't even care about. The only reason why you chose that niche is because somebody told you that niche was trending. But let me tell you this, it doesn't matter how much something is trending if you're not consistent with it. You won't make a dime. So save yourself the aggravation and just choose something that you actually like so you can be consistent and make the money that you want to make. Now, if ChatGPT gave you 10 things and you don't like none of the things that it gave you, just ask for 10 more ideas and keep asking until it gives you ideas that you want to use. It really is that simple. Stop making things hard. Okay? Some of y'all are addicted to struggle. You just got to make things hard. It's just like who you are. Stop. Things don't have to be struggle. Okay? It really doesn't have to be that way. Make it easy. Now, one more thing before we move forward. This is critical. This is critical. If you don't remember anything else I say to you this morning, you better remember this. Write this down. Money flows where energy goes. Money flows where energy goes. I'm going to say it again. Write this down. Money flows where energy goes. Don't you ever forget it. If you are anything like how I used to be, you are giving all of your energy away. hmm You have literally become an energy vending machine. You just handing it out to everybody. And a lot of these people that you give all your energy to, these are grown, able-bodied adults who can do for themselves. And they're not even reciprocating it back to you. You just giving it out and they just taking it. And you let them. You are giving all of your energy to your friends. You are giving all of your energy to your job and your coworkers. You are giving all of your energy to celebrities and their drama. You are giving all of your energy to social media. You are giving all of your energy to your children. And you are giving all of your energy to your husband, your boyfriend, your sneaky link. And by the time you sit down to work on something for yourself, you can't. You can't. Why? Because you made the choice to give all of your energy away. And that is exactly why you feel drained. That's why you feel frustrated. That's why you feel depressed. That's why you feel anxious. That's why you feel resentment. Because you keep giving away all of your energy. But that's a choice. See, this is what you choose to do. This is why I keep telling you, you are holding yourself back. This is a choice that you make every day. It does not make you a bad wife because you want to work on a business. You can still be a good wife and a successful entrepreneur. It does not make you a bad mother because you want to do something for yourself for once. You never do. It does not make you a bad friend because you don't want to sit there and listen to her trauma dump her problems onto you. It makes you human. Ladies, I don't know who needs to hear this morning, but listen closely. You matter too. Your happiness is important too. So, starting right now, we are going to start being more stingy with our energy, stingy as hell. And you are going to start telling people no. And no is a complete sentence. So that means you don't have to explain anything to anybody. No, I cannot keep giving you rides. That is time that I could be spending on my business. No, I cannot keep loaning you money. That is money that I could be spending on my business. No, I cannot sit on this phone and listen to you tell me about your problems. I have to fix my own. Tell your friend to hire a counselor. You are not her counselor. You are not a trained professional. Because when you start telling people no, You start saying yes to you. Money flows where energy goes. So the more energy you start putting into yourself, the money flows right on behind it. Are we clear? The answer is no. And let's be clear. If people were reciprocating the energy back to you, the way you dishing it out so freely, you wouldn't feel drained. You wouldn't feel resentment. You wouldn't feel sad because they were pouring into you just like you're pouring into them. But that's not what's going on here. You're doing all of the giving and they're doing all of the taking. And that's why you feel the negative emotions that you feel. Okay? Okay. If you're ready for prompt number 2, go ahead and put 2 in the chat. Money flows where energy goes. Don't you ever forget it. Don't you ever forget it. We're going to be stingy as hell. Now, once you do choose a digital product idea that you want to use, yes, learn to say no to others and yes to yourself. Amen, amen, amen. You're going to type this in the chat. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Writes me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. If you've got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need for me to repeat it, this is the opportunity to ask. And while I wait for at least one person to put got that in the chat, let me tell you this. A lot of times we try to pour into others, but what you fail to realize is you're pouring from an empty cup. You cannot effectively pour into other people if your cup is empty. Some of y'all's cup been empty for years, decades. You cannot effectively pour into others unless your cup is in overflow. The only way to have your cup in overflow is if you show up for yourself and put yourself first. If you don't do that, you will continue to have an empty cup. You've got to make yourself a priority in your own life. You can't be good to others if you're not good to yourself. You think you are, but you're not. You're not. You're not. Okay? Okay. Y'all got that. You're going to hit enter. Now, this is what I mean by it has never been easier than today to start your online business because ChatGPT literally wrote this ebook for you. It wrote it. Now, the only thing you have to do is copy and paste. You will literally copy what ChatGPT gave you and you will paste it into your Canva template. So you're going to open up the Canva app that I gave you. In the search, you're going to type in ebooks, hit enter. It's going to give you thousands of templates. Just pick your most favorite one. They're all customizable, meaning you can swap out colors, fonts, pictures, do what you do. Okay. You will copy and paste. Now, for my ladies who love to overthink, you know who you are. I don't even know how you can function like that because you don't get anywhere with it. Stop. Stop overthinking. I want you to write this down. This says KISS, good morning. This is an acronym that stands for Keep It Simple, Silly. That's why I said stop making things so hard. Some of y'all are addicted to struggle. Stop it. Things don't have to be a struggle. Life does not have to be a struggle. Stop making things so daggone hard. All it has to be is clean, simple, and legible. KISS stands for Keep It Simple, Silly. The only thing I need your ebook to be is clean, simple, and legible. As long as it's those 3 things, it's good enough. You will copy and paste. Now, once you are done copying and pasting and you love the way it looks, you will download it as a PDF file. PDF, okay? Once you have downloaded that file as a PDF, you will upload it to your hosting site. Write these down. I hope y'all are taking notes. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. These are some of the most popular hosting sites. Yes, there are plenty more out there, but these are some of the most popular ones. And your product only needs to be on one of these. not all five, okay? If you've got all of this, go ahead and got that in the chat. Let me know that you are here and present. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. We're building our online business. If I'm saying anything that's resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, make sure you guys double tap the screen. YouTube, make sure you thumbs up the live. Also, you guys make sure you subscribe. TikTok, make sure you follow. Now, while I wait for you guys to got that in the chat, let me have a discussion with you. Listen, we love our comfort zone. Thank you, Allbird. We love it. We hold on to that comfort zone with everything we got. And if you didn't know, your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. It's what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's the people that you talk to. It's the environments that you frequent. It's the excuses that you have. It's the distractions that hold you back. It's the vices that you're addicted to. It's the type of content that you consume. Your comfort zone is your daily routines and habits. It's the path of least resistance. It's what's most familiar to you. But have you noticed the life that you claim you want to live is not in that comfort zone that you refuse to leave? Because if it was, you wouldn't be here. You would not be on social media trying to figure out how to start your online business from scratch. You would not be on social media trying to fix your own BS, because everything would be fixed and business would be booming and you would be out living your best life. But you're not. You're here. Because watching is your comfort zone. That's what you love to do. You love to scroll social media all day long and watch TikTok lives. You love to watch YouTube video after YouTube video trying to get advice on things you don't actually plan on executing. That's your comfort zone. That's what you do. You do it all day, every day. Some of y'all been doing it for years. The financial freedom that you say you want is not in your comfort zone. The business that you say you want so badly is not in your comfort zone. The confidence that you claim you want is not in your comfort zone. The discipline and the accountability and the consistency, the happiness, the purpose that you say that you want for your life is not in your comfort zone. If it was, you would already have it. But you don't, because you refuse to leave your comfort zone. You are going to have to make the decision to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone. I'm not even asking for a whole foot. I am asking for a half an inch. That's a freaking baby step. You are going to have to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and make the decision every single day to do something just a little bit different than you did yesterday. If you are someone who scrolls social media for 4 hours a day, can we drop it down to 3.5? Is that asking for too much? And those other 30 minutes that you would have been scrolling, wasting time, you work on this. Can we do that? Instead of you sitting on the phone and gossiping with your friends for 2 hours every night, can you drop it down to 1.5? In the other 30 minutes, you are working on something that actually matters to you, something that you say you've been wanting to do for years. This is how we leave our comfort zone. Just imagine if you took 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, and worked on the thing that you have been avoiding for years. Just imagine how much progress you would make in 2 weeks. 2 weeks flies by like that. It's almost June 2026. You already see for yourself how quickly time moves. Just imagine if you took 30 minutes every day for 6 months. Just imagine how different your life could be in 6 months. Just imagine if you showed up for yourself for an entire year. You wouldn't even be the same person. You would be unrecognizable. All because you decided to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something just a little bit different every single day to slowly but surely get you to the results that you say you want so bad. And notice we've been living in this comfort zone of ours for so long, we have become comfortable with the life that we're not even happy with. You have become comfortable with being stressed. You have been stressed out for so long, that's your new normal. You can't even imagine a life where there's peace. You have been insecure for so long. That's your comfort zone. Worrying about what people think of you, thinking that you're not good enough, that's your comfort zone. You couldn't even imagine a life where you believe that everything you touch turns to gold. You have become comfortable with being sad. Your normal is crying every day. Ladies, you got to leave that comfort zone. You don't believe me? You think you can get everything you want and stay the same? Fine. Keep doing what you've been doing and just come back a year from now and let me know how it's going. Go ahead. You don't have to believe anything I say. Keep doing what you've been doing. And I promise you this, nothing will change. You will be in the exact same spot you've been in. The only thing that'll be different about you is you got 1 year older doing the same thing. You have got to change. You have got to take a half an inch out of that comfort zone and do something a little bit different if you want to change your life. Nothing changes until you do. Okay? Leave that comfort zone. Now, back to these hosting sites. I love Stan Store. I love Stan. Stan is great, but Stan Store is very expensive. Stan Store is $99 a month. That is extremely high if your business is not making that yet, okay? If you are brand new to all of this, Stan Store is not for you. Go ahead and cross it out. Instead, I want you to use Gumroad because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale, okay? They charge you 10% for every sale. So until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That's a great place to start. Now, what I know about you is this. You're going to make money. How can I be so sure? Because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and most importantly, what? You said you were going to execute. So when you do start generating income, then transfer everything over to Stan Store later because Stan Store has a lot of features that will help you expand your business like Afterpay and Klarna. Ladies, let me tell you what's going on in the world of finance today in case you didn't know. Buy now, pay later is taking over. Taking over. Buy now, pay later includes Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, QuadPay, Zip, Affirm, PayPal. There's so many out there. Okay. It is the new preferred payment option. Why do you think they put it on DoorDash? Because people are using it. And if you have a buy now, pay later option on your site, I promise you, you will make more. But for now, you will start with what you have. You will start on Gumroad. You will start building your business, making money, and then you will transfer everything over to Stan Store later when you can afford it. So what we just did was we just made the ebook. We took Canva and ChatGPT, we put it together, we wrote it, and then we created it on Canva, we downloaded it, and then we put it on our hosting site. Okay? That process of copying and pasting and making that ebook should not take you longer than 2 hours to do. Honestly, it shouldn't take you longer than 1, but I will give you grace and I'm going to give you 2. I'm going to give you 2 whole hours. And just so we're clear, I don't care how old you are. I really don't. I don't give a damn. Age ain't nothing but a number. Because what you're not going to try to do is tell me that you don't know how to copy and paste and that it takes you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words. No, it don't. Because you copy and paste the links to the reels and send them in the group chat all day long. So I know you know how to copy and paste. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours to do this, then you and I have a serious problem that we have to fix right now. Not tomorrow, right now. One of the issues that you might be struggling with, and I used to do this too, this is how I know. You're trying to be a perfectionist, right? So what that means is Everything about you just must be perfect or it's not right. You are the woman who will waste 6 months of her life that she will never get back just to overthink her brilliant idea and second guess her greatness. Mm. And then when you do finally decide to get started, what are you going to do? You're going to take things out, you're going to put things back, you're going to get irritated and frustrated and have all this OCD and get so angry and give up on it again. Then you're going to let 3 more months go by that you never get back just to overthink some more. And then when you decide to reset and restart, this time what you're going to go do is you're going to go ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. And the craziest thing about this is these people that you're consulting, they're not even business owners. These aren't even people that you would trade lives with. But for some reason, you care so much about what people think of you. Why? Because you're insecure as hell. And then when they do give you their opinion, you listen. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by and you ain't did shit but waste your precious, valuable time that you will never, ever, ever get back. Mm, Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Imperial, I am on 3 lives. I gotta look at everybody. Bless your heart. She said, why are you talking to me like that? Good. I got something to say to you. I'm gonna hold your hand very tightly, Dime. Just know that I'm saying this to you out of love. You are not perfect at all. You are flawed. I am not perfect at all. I am flawed. Nobody is perfect. Everybody is flawed. We are all perfectly imperfect. See, what you really are is scary as hell. You scary as hell. You're still living in fear. And if you're new here, we said fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you've been doing. You have been running away from your brilliant idea. You have been running away from your $1,000,000 idea because you are so fearful of looking stupid. You are so fearful of people talking about you. You are so fearful of failing. You're so fearful at sucking at something that you just started. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is the very thing that is stealing, literally stealing your dream life from you. Because let's be real, you know exactly what kind of life you want to live. You've been thinking about this life for years. You've been praying about it and praying about it. God heard you loud and clear. You know exactly what side of town you want to live on. Some of y'all know the neighborhood. You know the exact lot you want to build your house on. You already know. You know exactly what kind of vacations you want to take with your family. You know exactly how much money you want in savings. And most importantly, you know exactly how much money you want to leave your children when you're no longer here. You know all of the things. But every single day that you hold on to that fear is another day that you could have been living this dream life, but you choose to let fear steal it from you. And if you want to dig even deeper into why we hold on to all this fear in the first place, it's because we are self sabotaging. That's what all this is. It's self sabotage. You are doing this to yourself. This is why I keep telling you, you are getting in your own way. It's not anyone else. It is you. The problem is you. Okay? I don't do the victim Olympics over here. We don't play blame games over here. This is self-sabotage. This is you versus you every single day. And the reason why we self-sabotage is because we have fragile egos. And your ego is terrified of feeling disappointment if you try something new, if you put yourself out there, if you lock in, and if you don't get the results that you want, you are terrified of feeling disappointment. So you will self-sabotage to avoid that feeling of disappointment. You will self-sabotage and use the excuse of, I'm too busy. Let's be clear, you're not too damn busy. No, you're not, because you're on social media all day long. How are you too busy, but you have time to scroll? How are you too busy, but you know everything about your favorite TV shows? How are you too busy, but you have time to talk on the phone? You're not too busy. That is a lie that you continue to feed yourself so you can feel better about the poor decisions that you make. You're not too busy. But because you have so much fear of disappointing yourself, if you let go of that excuse, I'm too busy, well, then that means you would actually have to do the thing that you've been avoiding. That means you would have to actually execute the play. But if you put yourself out there, if you post this content, if you launch this product, if you don't get the results that you want so badly, you are terrified of feeling disappointment, so you will continue to self-sabotage and hold on to the I'm too busy excuse. Self-sabotage. You will self-sabotage by holding on to toxic friends, toxic relationships, toxic family. These people are draining you. These people make you cry. These people are using you, but you still won't let them go. You will hold on to these people because deep down inside, you are terrified that if you let these people go, if you cut these people off, well, who would I be without them? I'm going to tell you exactly who you would be. You would become a very confident woman. You would become a woman who actually gets stuff done because now you don't have people draining you. You would actually have the resources to invest in yourself to make yourself better because you don't have people taken from you. But because you are so afraid of feeling disappointment, if you post this content, if you start this business, if you launch this product, and if you don't get the results that you want, you will be disappointed. So you will continue to hold on to relationships that are no longer pouring into you just to avoid feeling disappointment if what you want doesn't work. Self-sabotage. That's what all this is. But I am so confused because earlier you said that you were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. You said that you were tired of dragging yourself to a job that you hate, that overworks you and underpays you. Earlier, you said you were tired of giving up on yourself. You were tired of always starting and stopping. You were tired of feeling less than and insecure. That's what you said. But every single day that you live like that is another day that you are still living in disappointment because there's still things about your life that you're not 1000% happy with. I am trying to help you fix it, but we cannot fix it if we do not change. How can we stop living paycheck to paycheck and bring more income into the household if there's no products to sell? How can customers buy your stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. They can't. How can we start to have confidence in ourselves if we keep breaking the promises that we make to ourselves? We can't. We can't. So, you are going to have to launch this ebook as is. And I need you to understand and understand that the ebook, the digital product, whatever you choose to create, will never be perfect. You can spend 20 more years trying to be perfect, and I promise you, there will still be things wrong with it. But here's the caveat. The more you do something, ladies, the better you get. The more content you create, the better your content will get. The longer you run your business, the better the business will get. The more products you launch in the future, the better your products will get. And listen, I don't have to convince you. Look at the results in your own life. You did not always know how to read. Now you read just fine. How? Because you did it over and over and over again. You did not always know how to walk and talk. Now you do that just fine. How? Because you did it over and over and over again. You did not always know how to drive and do your job. You do those things fine just now. How? Because you did them over and over and over again. So why would your business, why would your content, why would your products be any different than all of the other things that you did over and over again? It won't be. The longer you do something, the better you will get, but it will still never be perfect. So stop wasting your time on perfection. Stop self-sabotaging. Stop. All of our favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money on today have gotten better over the years. Look at Netflix. Before COVID, Netflix did not always have a fancy Netflix app, okay? They were not always doing comedy specials with Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle. They did not always have their own production team, creating original movies and TV shows that are now winning Emmys and Oscars today. And they damn sure did not always have wrestling on pay-per-view. Years ago, you used to have to go on their website, netflix.com. You used to have to make a list of the movies you wanted to see. And these were not their original movies. These were movies that were once in theaters. They would mail you a DVD off of the list. You could watch it as many times as you wanted. And when you were ready for your next movie off of your favorites list, you had to mail that DVD back. They did not wait until they could afford the fanciest software to launch. They launched with what they had. And the longer they ran their business, what happened? The more customers they got. The more customers they got, what happened? The more money they made. The more money they made, what happened? The more they were able to reinvest back into the business and make it even better. But it's still not perfect. We all still have complaints. My complaint is they keep raising the price. So Netflix is a billion-dollar business, in case you didn't know. Not million, billion with a B. If a billion-dollar business had a messy middle, why do you think that you get to skip that part? You don't. You will have a messy middle too, and you will still launch regardless. Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words is because you're distracted as fuck. I have already accepted the fact that I am not the life coach. I am not the business coach for most people. I've already accepted that. Because believe it or not, most people don't really want the truth. Most people aren't really out here looking to change who they are. Most people are just here to scroll. Most people are just here to pass time. Most people just want to complain and vent to whoever is willing to listen. But the minute you present them with the very solution to the problems that they have, they disappear. They go ghost because they were never looking to change their circumstances in the first place. I'm not here for that at all. I am only here to help the woman who truly wants to change her life. She is sick and tired of being sick and tired, and she wants better. But in order to get better, we have to do better. And in order to do better, I have to tell you the truth about who you are and what you've been doing. I have to make you aware. Most people are not self-aware. They don't even have a clue. So I have to tell you the truth. And yes, the truth will hurt. The truth will be uncomfortable. It's supposed to be. Growth does not take place in your comfort zone. The truth is, when you get off of work, you could work on your business and reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you made to yourself so that you can finally start to feel highly of yourself. But you make the choice not to. You choose to sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrities and their drama. That's a choice. The truth is, when you do have time off from work, like the weekends, you could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you make to yourself so you can finally start to feel good about who you are. But you choose not to. You choose to sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix and Hulu for hours, getting absolutely nothing done. That is a choice. The truth is, when your children are asleep, like at late at night, you could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally have some self-respect and self-love. But you make the choice not to. You choose to scroll social media all night long, laughing at funny videos and sharing them back and forth in the group chats. That's what you choose to do. All of these are choices. And the reason why we have all of these distractions in the first place, like social media, binge watching TV, gossiping for hours. Men love to play video games, drinking and going to happy hour. All of these distractions that we have, all of this is escapism. That's what all of this is. We are escaping. And the reason why we choose to escape is because there's things about our life that we are not 1000% happy with. And instead of you just being a grown woman and fixing it, you make the choice to run from it. So let me ask you, how is that going? Are you getting the results that you want? Is it going well? Are you succeeding? You don't know? Well, just ask yourself how you feel. If you listen, your body always tells you. When your alarm goes off in the morning, are you excited and ready to start your day, or are you dreading it? On average, do you feel happy and peaceful, or do you feel sad and stressed? Because if what you're currently doing is not working for you, then this is the confirmation you need to change it. Just change it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. So if what you're doing is not working, why do you continue to make things hard on yourself and keep doing it? Just change it. Instead of trying to escape a life that you're not 1000% happy with, what if we just lock in and build a life that we never feel the need to escape from? Okay. So this is what we're going to do today, not tomorrow, not next Monday, not June 1st, not January 1, 2027. Today. Today, you are going to turn the TV off. You're going to put your phone on do not disturb. You don't need to scroll anymore. You have already seen all the motivational videos that you need. Tell your friends you will talk to them later. You are building your dream life. You're going to sit down at home. No, you don't need to go to Starbucks because you find a way to get distracted there. You're going to start your ebook and then you're going to finish it. Not start, stop, come back next week, because we already know how you do. You don't ever come back. You're going to start it and you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you need. If we are crystal clear on all of these instructions, go ahead and put clear in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. We're building our online business this morning, but most importantly, we're building ourselves. Ladies, change starts from within. Everyone's always trying to change other people. Why don't you change you? You cannot change other people, but you can always change you. You must change who you are in order to attract the things that you've always wanted. Whether you want to believe this or not, the truth is the truth. You attract what you are. So if you don't like the things that you have been attracting, then just change who you are so you can attract better things. If you want a business, become a businesswoman. If you want to create content and become the content creator. I cannot make this up. I do want to speak to the woman on this live who is still holding on to fear. She's so happy that she found me. She's saying things like, Jazz, this was divine time. I am so glad that I found you. This sounds amazing. I want to start my business, but I don't know. You want me to make my own ebook? You want me to let go of distractions? You want me to be consistent? Jazz, I don't know. I want to, but honestly, I just don't think I can. And this just sounds really, really hard. Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, just listen. The very first thing I want you to understand is this. I don't have the power to convince you of anything, and I'm not even going to try. So if you want to believe that creating your own digital product with AI, ChatGPT, is hard, then fine, you're right, it's hard. If you want to believe that letting go of your distractions is hard, then fine, your feelings are valid, you're right, it's hard. If you want to believe that showing up for yourself consistently is hard, then fine, you're right, it's hard. But I do want to remind you that the life you are currently living is hard. Going to a job that drains you, overworks you, and underpays you is hard. Crying every day because you are so stressed, because you are so unhappy with the way things are going for you right now is hard. Knowing deep down inside, you can feel it in your soul that there is something better for you, but you're not living it, is hard. That's hard. And you live like that every day. And see, that's what fear will do. That right there. And you let it. You will let fear convince you that you can't do any of this, but look at what you're already doing that's 10 times harder. And this is why I keep stressing and stressing and stressing the importance of building up our confidence and feeling highly about ourselves. This is all a lack of confidence thing. All of the promises that you break to yourself every single day is exactly why you feel the way you feel. This is the result of that. Because nothing that I said is out of reach for you. Nothing that I said is hard, but you're making it hard. And you don't believe you can do this because you keep breaking promises to yourself. You have been telling yourself for years that you want to start a business and you keep postponing it. You keep talking about later, tomorrow. This is the result of that. You have been telling yourself for years that you were going to lose that weight and you still keep putting it off. This is the result of that. You have been telling yourself for years you were going to cut off this person, you were going to stop talking to this person, you haven't done it yet. This is the result of that. All of these broken promises that you continue to make to yourself day after day after day is exactly why you feel the way you feel right now. This is all a confidence problem and lack of. Because look at what you are already doing. That is hard. And then you're going to let fear come in and try to convince you that you can't type in a chat GPT prompt and get your digital product? Really? Really? You're going to let fear come in and convince you that you can't stop scrolling social media? Really? That's what we're doing. So you mean to tell me you're down that bad that you just have to scroll for hours? Really? This is a confidence issue. One thing I've noticed that we do as women, especially, is we never want to give ourselves credit where credit is due. When was the last time you told yourself you were proud of you? Some of y'all don't even know. When was the last time you told yourself how amazing you are? Some of y'all don't even know. And that's the problem. Because life's for everybody, right? We have all gone through some really, really hard times. And in those hard times, we had no clue how we were going to overcome it. We had no clue how we were going to see ourselves out. But we did, because we're still here today. So I don't have to convince you. You can see for yourself how strong you really are. I don't have to convince you. You can see for yourself how resilient you really are. Because if you were not strong, if you were not resilient, you wouldn't have got through what you got through. But you did, because you are those things. And even though you got yourself out of some really hard times, you are still going to sit here and let fear convince you that you can't do any of this. Are we serious right now? That is absolutely crazy. There are people on these apps, and I don't have to convince you because you can see this for yourself, who are living more challenging lives than you. And they are still showing up, building their business. There are women on these apps with more children than you, still showing up, building their business. There are people on these apps who are living their darkest days right now. They've gotten laid off. They've gotten fired. They've gotten foreclosed on. They've gotten evicted. And despite the weight of the world on their back right now, today, they are still putting one foot in front of the other, still taking a half an inch out of their comfort zone and getting it done, building their business. So let me ask you, if they can do it, why can't you? Well, you want to know why you're not? It's not because they're more talented than you. It's not because they're smarter than you. It's not because they're more privileged than you. No. The only difference between them and you is the fact that they made the decision, they made the choice to let go of fear, and you choose to keep holding on to it every single day. That is the only difference between you and them. And listen, my online business changed my whole life. I have made more money than I ever could have imagined from my cell phone, a laptop, and some Wi-Fi. I've been doing this full time since COVID. So for 6 years, for the first time in my life, I have peace. You can't even put a price tag on that. For the first time in my life, I have purpose. Being able to wake up every single day doing what I love. When my alarm goes off, I am ready to start my day, not dreading it. For the first time in my life, I have freedom. I get to do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. For the first time in my life, I have confidence. I feel highly about who I am, and I stick to the promises I make to myself. But before all of this, before COVID, no, absolutely not. My life used to be completely different. I used to be miserable. I used to be insecure as hell. I used to be depressed. I had really bad anxiety. I used to be 100 pounds overweight. I had a 9 to 5 that I absolutely hated. And to top it all off, I used to be an alcoholic. See, I had bought into the American dream bullshit that they sell all of us. But I bought in back in high school because society told me that all I had to do was go off to college and get a 4-year bachelor's degree, and that when I graduated, I'd be able to find a good job with benefits and stability. I would make enough money to where I could travel a few times a year. I would be able to I'd be able to put extra money into my 401k savings. And when I do get too old to work, I will be able to retire with dignity and live the rest of my years in peace. That's what society said. So I said, let's go. When I turned 18, I went off to college. My mom told me to go. All of my friends went, so I went. Got me a 4-year bachelor's degree. And I did the whole dorm room experience, lived 2 hours away from home, the whole thing. That bachelor's degree, you guys, cost me $40,000. Started life already in the negatives. Moved back home like most college graduates do. You got to move on back home and start looking for a job. 6 months later, I got my first full-time job with benefits, PTO. I was 23 years old. I had never had a job where they were going to pay me to not be there. What? I was so excited. And they were going to be paying me $60,000 a year. That was more money than I ever made in my entire life. I really thought I was about to be rich. I didn't have any kids. I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. So I moved out of my mom's house. I was sick of her rules. I was ready to do my own thing. I got my own apartment. Didn't stop there. No, 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 no. See, I did what most Americans do. I went out and got me a car payment to match my new elevated life. See, I already had a car and my car was paid off. My grandma got me that car for my high school graduation. It got me from point A to point Z, but it was old. No leather seats, no push to start, no tablet on the dash. I had to upgrade, right? So I decided to get me a brand new Dodge Charger. Yes, my mom and grandma told me not to do it, but me being 23 years old, I'm like, what do they know? They're old. I did it. That car payment cost me $450 a month. And we all know with expensive cars comes expensive car insurance and expensive gas. By the time I paid all of my bills for the month, I was broke. I was broke as hell. I couldn't afford to take no trips. Okay, there were no vacations. I couldn't afford to max out my 401k, okay? I could barely afford to eat. That's how broke I was. I had another problem. I had to start paying back them student loans. See, when I was 23, I didn't think the government was serious about getting their money back for some student loans, right? Because everyone has student loans. That's the American way. Girl, the government is not playing with you when it comes to them student loans. They will give you 6 months after you graduate to get on your feet. They will not call you. They will not send letters. They want you to focus on getting a job. But best believe when that 6-month mark hits, they are sending letters to the house because here's the thing. They want to see those tax returns because what they're going to do is tell you how much you can afford. And since they saw that I made $60,000 a year, I didn't have any dependents or no children, they said, "Oh, good. Perfect. That means you should have no issue paying us $400 a month." I said, "What? $400?" Yep, that's the price. And it's not up for negotiation. That's the price. I had 11 student loan accounts that they lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every single month that I did not pay those student loans, which is every month because I couldn't afford it, I got 11 missed payments on my credit. In the course of 1 year, I racked up 121 missed payments. My credit score dropped 520. So there goes my American dreams of home ownership. Because what bank is going to give me a mortgage loan with a 520 credit score? No one. So I am broke as hell. I have extremely bad credit, and I had one last problem to top it all off. I hated my job. Nowhere in that American dream blueprint did they tell me I would be miserable at my 9 to 5. Now, I'm not gonna lie, okay? I grew up extremely sheltered, okay? I was extremely naive in my early 20s, and I really believe that people tell you the truth. And if they tell you they like you, it's the truth. And I didn't believe that people were out here trying to make other people miserable. See, when I went into my job interview, my supervisor told me that even though the department was all women, and even though I was going to be the youngest one there, they were all one big old happy work family, and everyone got along, and there was no cattiness or drama. I believe that was true. Mistake number one. I learned in corporate America, those are not your friends. They are fake, and you got to watch them because they will pretend like they like you. See, they will sit with you in the break room and they'll kiki and kaka with you, but don't you dare get confused. That's not your friend. They will even hang out with you off the clock. So they're not even getting paid to be around you, but they still want to go to happy hour with you. They still want to invite you to their house and their baby showers and their weddings. But don't get confused. They don't like you, and that's not your friend. They will even spend their hard earned money on you. So when it's your birthday, what they'll do is they will all chip in to buy you a gift. But don't get confused. That's not your friend and they don't like you. When it's the holidays, we'll all bring a dish for the Thanksgiving potluck so we can sit in the break room and talk to each other like we like each other, but we don't. And all you have to do is piss off the right one. Just go ahead, piss off the right one. And they will make sure that every single day that you work there will be a living nightmare. I made the mistake of making friends with a woman who was 31 years old. I was 23, and we used to do everything with each other, even off the clock. She told me time and time again I was like the little sister she never had, and my naive ass believed her. And I was like, wow, I always wanted a big sister. You're like the big sister I never had. I used to tell her all my business. I used to tell her everything about me. I even used to tell her things that I didn't like about our supervisor. Well, we both decided to put in for a job promotion, and she made sure to let my supervisor know all of the things that I told her in confidence about what I didn't like about her. And as a result, my supervisor made sure that every single day I worked in that department, I was miserable. Now I take full accountability. I didn't know no better. I was talking too much. I was miserable. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands of applications trying to find a new job. But I couldn't get an interview. No one was calling me back. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit and I hated my job. For the first time in my life at 23 years old, I felt trapped. If you've never experienced the feelings of trapped, consider yourself blessed. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But let me give you some context. See, trap feels like no matter what you do, your life's not going to get no better. That's how trap feels. You can try to be positive and optimistic all you want, but I promise you, it feels like nothing but negative ass shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day. That's how trap feels. You can try to work some overtime or even get a part-time job so you can catch up on some bills and stop feeling so damn stressed about money. But just when you start to have a little bit of a saving, something always comes up and slaps you in the face. Now your car won't start. Now you got to dish out money for that. It's always something. You can try to pray about it, but it begins to feel like God is ignoring you because you still wake up with the same problems every day. Your life begins to feel like a nightmare that you can't wake up from. And I lived like that for 6 years. I used to sit in my car and cry before I even clocked in. I started bringing that job home with me. You know what that means? What that means is you've clocked out. You're at home. You should be in peace at home, but you can't because you're replaying all the toxic things that these people are doing to you at work. They have taken over your mind. They are living in your head rent free. I was so stressed about bills, I couldn't sleep anymore. I started to have anxiety and depression. I started to become paranoid at my job, thinking that they were out to get me, like they were trying to find ways to write me up, to fire me. And to cope with all that anxiety and that stress and that depression, I started drinking. First, it was just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves, but that quickly spiraled out of control. And I became an alcoholic. And the only reason why I'm telling you any of this is because if any of my story is resonating with you, you are already doing something hard. Crying every single day because you are so stressed is so hard. And see, the reason why I was so depressed back then was because I didn't have anything in my life to look forward to back then. I didn't have any hobbies. I didn't have any interests. My life began to feel like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat, week after week, month after month, and year after year. For the longest time, I thought there was something wrong with me for being depressed about my life, failing to realize that is depressing. And anyone would be depressed with a life like that. But now I get to wake up every day doing what I love to do. And see, that's the beauty of having an online business. Ladies, you can monetize anything. There is nothing too far-fetched. No, your business idea is not stupid. No, it is not far-fetched. I don't have to convince you because you can see this for yourself. How many times do you scroll on your Explore page and see the darndest things? And you're sitting there scratching your head trying to figure out how the hell are they getting paid to do this? I know for a fact I can do a better job. Let me tell you how. The truth is, they chose to let go of fear. And you choose to keep holding on to it. That is the only difference between you and them. And I want to say one more thing before we move forward, because I need to make sure you hear me loud and clear. I hope you realize that if you work 40 hours a week or more, you spend more time with people at work that you don't even like than you do with your family that loves you. I literally worked 9 to 5. So what should have only been a 20-minute drive into the city is over an hour because I'm stuck in rush hour traffic. So an hour to work, an hour back. That's 2 hours in the car. 8 hours at work, 1 hour lunch break. That's 11 hours out of my day gone. It's over. I don't get it back. By the time you do get home, you are drained. You are exhausted. You feel defeated. You only get a few hours to spend with your spouse or your children before you have to put everyone to bed just to repeat the cycle again the next day. And let's be clear, your loved ones, they don't even get to experience the happy version of you because you're not happy. They don't get to experience the peaceful version of you because you're not at peace. You know what version of you they get? They get the stressed out version of you. They get the anxious version of you. They get the depressed version of you. That's not even fair. You put everyone to bed just to repeat the cycle again the next day. Just look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what the hell are you even looking forward to? Because Friday, you still worked. So they still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day you get to do what you love. But Sunday, not so much. Nope. Because Sunday, you have to what? Prepare for the work week. So that means you have to cook. You have to clean. You got to go to the grocery store. You got to do laundry. And then you have to mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on your desk for Monday. Ladies, that's not living. That is surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I do know this. The God that I serve, he loves me, and he loves me a lot. Let me ask you, if he loves me so much, why would he put me on this earth to be hating the very life that he blessed me with? He didn't. He didn't put me here to be crying and be miserable. No, he put me here for a very special reason. And he allowed me the opportunity to find it. An online business, social media allowed me the opportunity to monetize it. He put you here for a very special reason too. There is something very, very, very special about you too. But the problem is, life just has a tendency to life. And somewhere on our journey of life, we lose our light. It gets dim, and then it gets dark. Maybe it was toxic family. Maybe it was a toxic friend. Maybe it was a toxic relationship. For me, it was a toxic job. Something happened and it stole that light from you. And now you're sitting here believing that what we're talking about this morning isn't going to work for you and that you can't do it. But I am here to tell you that you can do this. See, I believe God is within us. He's not outside of you. He's within you. And if you listen, he talks to you all day long. If something inside of you told you to try this, start this, launch this, post this, that's God talking to you. Those ideas that we get is coming from God. God would not plant seeds in an environment that cannot harvest them. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can. If it was truly out of reach for you, if it was truly something that you were incapable of, best believe it would have never crossed your mind. But it did, because you can. But in order to actually get it done, you are going to have to let go of fear. You are going to have to make the decision to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something just a little bit different every single day. Baby steps. But so many of you guys aren't even willing to do that. Your comfort zone is watching. You have been watching content for years. And what you have done is you have convinced yourself that by watching people talk about business, that that's doing something productive. Respectfully, the only thing you're doing is wasting time. In order for you to get out of your comfort zone, it doesn't involve watching. It involves closing these apps and actually executing the thing. That's why I made the keyword of this live execution. Ladies, you have to execute. That is so many of y'all's biggest problem. I speak to my students every day. It's the execution part that holds people up for years because you are so fearful of what may happen and you're so afraid to take a half an inch out of that comfort zone. But that comfort zone that you refuse to leave is the very thing stealing your dream life from you. You have to close these apps and actually do what you say you want to do. You don't lose weight by watching people talk about weight loss. You lose weight by actually executing, reducing your calories and moving your body, not by watching people talk about weight loss. You don't build a successful business by watching people talk about business strategies. In order to build a successful business, you actually have to close these apps and implement the things they told you to do in your business. In order to become a content creator, you don't become one by watching people talk about content. You become one by executing, by actually closing up these apps and hitting record on your phone and doing it. It amazes me how many people would rather watch about the thing. You will talk about the thing. You will journal about the thing. Some of y'all are journaling queens. You have been journaling for years. I don't even know what's left to journal. What are you writing down that you haven't already written down? You will pray about the thing. You will manifest about the thing. You will do everything except the thing. And that is the missing piece of this whole puzzle. You have to execute. Whether you want to believe this or not, we attract what we are. We attract what we are. Believe it or not, a lot of the people who are in your life right now are just like you. Birds of a feather flock together. The apple does not fall too far from the tree. You are a reflection of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And what you have done is you have surrounded yourself with other people who are just like you. Sometimes you might look at your friend and be like, Jazz, girl, I'm not like my friend. I hear you, but I'm not like her. No, you're just like her. You're just like her. Because if y'all were so different, you wouldn't get along. There'd be tension, but y'all get along just fine because y'all are just like each other. And so what a lot of people do is they surround themselves with people who are just like them. So you have a lot of people in your ear telling you that you're doing great, that you're doing what you should. There's nothing wrong with watching content about the thing. Yeah, girl, I'm going to start my business next year. Girl, I'm going to start my business in 5 years. Okay, yeah, that's plenty of time to plan and strategize. What? All y'all are doing is sitting around wasting time. That's all y'all are doing. And then convincing each other that that's the right path. Just waste all the time in the world. I don't know how many lives you get, but I only get one life. I only get one life. And I'm not going to waste my one life planning. A lot of times we have become entitled. And you don't even recognize how entitled you have become because you've been living in this false sense of entitlement for so long. And you have surrounded yourself with other entitled people. And so a lot of people today believe that they are entitled to time. And you have other people in your ear convincing you that you have all this time in the world to waste. And you believe that if you don't start the thing today, you are entitled to tomorrow. And if you don't start the thing tomorrow, you are entitled to start next month. And if you decide that next month just doesn't work for you, then you are entitled to next year. That's what you really believe. And you have people around you who enable that belief. But I am so confused because the last time I checked, tomorrow wasn't guaranteed. So my question is, how do you know that you'll always have tomorrow to start the thing? How can you be so sure? How do you know that you'll always have next month? How do you know that you'll always have next year? The uncomfortable truth is you don't know how much time you have. That's the uncomfortable truth. And instead of you living the life with the time that you do have to the fullest, showing up for yourself, putting yourself first in your own life, cutting people off who use and abuse you and who make you feel less than, only pouring into those who pour into you, no longer making excuses and procrastinating, showing up for your business, not caring what people think of you. Instead of living your life to the fullest with the time that you are blessed with, the valuable time, the precious time that you do have, you choose to waste your precious, valuable time. You waste your precious, valuable time scrolling all day long. You waste your precious, valuable time watching movie after movie and TV show after TV show. You waste your precious, valuable time around people who are draining you of your energy. You waste your precious, valuable time on things that don't even pour into you. You have got to change that. Moving forward, starting today, I want you to ask yourself, this thing that I'm about to do, these people that I'm about to be with, is it making me better? Or is it making me worse? Because if it's not making you better, if it's not moving you closer to the goals that you have for your life, why are you doing it? Because you feel entitled to time. That's why. And if you don't feel like doing it today, you really believe you have time to do it tomorrow. That's why you're doing it. You refuse to be intentional with the precious time that you have. Time is your most valuable asset. See, some of y'all don't want to believe that. Some of y'all think it's money. Some of y'all are so far gone that you think money is your precious, valuable asset. No, it's not. And listen, I used to think that too. I really used to think it was all about money. No, it's time. It is time. Because you could lose money tomorrow. And yeah, of course it'll suck. Of course it'll piss you off. It might take you hours upon hours to earn it back. But guess what? You can still make it back. But if you lose your time, you can't make back not 1 second of it. It is gone forever. And the only thing that you are left with is regret, resentment, shame, guilt. Those are heavy emotions to carry with you every single day. Those emotions will weigh you down. Time is your most precious, valuable asset, and you need to start acting like it. And I don't have to convince you of how quickly time is moving because you can see that for yourself. Just be honest. How many times a day do you look at the clock and say to yourself, wow, I cannot believe it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Wow, I cannot believe it is the middle of May 2026. Wow, I cannot believe, excuse me, I am 35 years old, or insert your age there. If you're anything like me, you do that every day. So you already see for yourself how quickly time is moving. And you still make the choice to waste your precious, valuable time. You got to change that. You are going to have to change that because the uncomfortable truth is you don't have as much time as you think you do. And eventually, you will run out of time. One of the toughest reality pills that I had to accept on my own glow up journey in my own life is your life is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. Your life is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. I told you guys I used to be 100 pounds overweight. Well, my obesity was a direct reflection of the foods I chose to eat and the exercises that I chose not to do. And I got everything that came along with those choices: high blood pressure, prediabetes, high cholesterol. That was my choice. I decided I didn't want to live like that anymore. So I had to change. So I decided to change. I decided to hire a personal trainer and I decided to lose the weight. And because I decided to change who I was, not only did I lose 100 pounds, I have kept it off for 4 years. I decided to let things go that no longer served me. I decided to let go of fast food and soda. I decided to eat more fruits and vegetables and to cook most of my food at home. And because I decided to change my routines and change my habits and take half an inch out of my comfort zone every single day, just do something a little bit different, my life changed. I also decided to change who are my friends. I told you, we attract what we are. We are friends with people who are just like us. Back then, all of my friends were obese. All of my friends back then had weight problems. How was I going to overcome my obesity if I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of obese people? I'm not. That is the uncomfortable truth. I had to put myself in new environments and get around people who prioritize their health and wellness. And when I did that, when I changed my environment, my whole life changed. Now all of my friends are very in shape. We prioritize our health and wellness. They push me to be better. I push them to be better. You have to change. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. Now, that was tough for me because for the longest time, I thought the reason why I was living paycheck to paycheck when I had that 9 to 5 was because I just didn't make enough money. And I just convinced myself that if I just made more, then I would no longer live paycheck to paycheck. The truth is, I did that to myself. My financial choices was my fault. because I bought cars that I couldn't afford. I stayed in apartments that I couldn't afford. And so I got all of the stress that came along with those choices. I did that to myself. So I had to change. In order to become financially free, I had to change who I was. I had to put myself on a budget and stick to it. I could no longer live above my means. That was my fault. I did that to myself. Now, some of you guys might say, Jazz, I hear you. People do live above their means. People do that every day. But that's not why I'm struggling financially. That's not my fault. How can I get ahead in this economy when prices are as high as they are? How is it my fault when food prices, gas prices, and rent prices have been on the rise for years? That's not my fault. The uncomfortable truth is this: your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. And I'm going to tell you why. Ladies, times have been hard. True or false? Rent prices, gas prices, food prices have been on the rise for years. This is not new. And every day you make the choice to do nothing about it. Because let's be real with ourselves. Most of you guys are on social media all damn day. You have seen countless TikTok lives on how to start your business. True or false? You have watched multiple YouTube videos on how to use ChatGPT, how to make your ebook, and how to monetize your content. But you still choose not to do it. You could have launched your ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. I didn't teach you about an ebook. You already knew it. You might have not had the specific prompts that I gave you, but you had some prompts, and you still have made the choice not to do it. You already knew that YouTube pays creators to post videos. I didn't teach you that. You already knew that. Some of y'all have watched countless videos on how to monetize a YouTube channel, and you still haven't done it. You still haven't done it. You make excuse after excuse as to why you can't do it. You complain and you vent and you procrastinate. You distract yourself with people who aren't doing anything for you. You have all of these vices that you won't let go of. You keep talking about what you're not good at and what's not going to work for you. You make the choice to do all of the things except the one thing that'll change your entire life forever, which is start. You refuse to start. You refuse to execute what you've learned and do it. You refuse to get off of these apps. It amazes me how many people waste their precious, valuable time scrolling social media all day long. You're going to have to change that. If you truly want to change your life, it starts with you. Every day you have a choice. You can either choose to do something a little bit different, or you can choose to do the exact same thing you did yesterday. And unfortunately, most people choose the latter. You are holding yourself back. You are getting in your own way. There's nothing that I said this morning that you cannot do. But the only reason you're not doing it is because you refuse to change. And sure, maybe change is hard. Maybe you're right. Maybe change is hard. Okay. But the life that you're currently living is hard. Stressing and crying every day is hard. I've been there. I've done that. Trust me. I know. Going to a job that drains you is hard. I've been there. I've done that. Trust me when I say I know. Knowing deep down inside, you can feel it in your spirit that there is something better for you, but you're not living it. That is hard. I've been there. I've done that. Trust me, I know. I've lived both hards. I've done both. But I will always choose this hard because at least this hard comes with peace. You can't even put a price tag on that. This hard comes with purpose. Being able to wake up every day doing what you love. This hard comes with freedom, deciding when, how, and what you want to do. This hard comes with confidence, believing highly of yourself, keeping the promises that you made to self. This hard comes with happiness. This hard comes with the income that you need to live the life that you've always wanted to live. And I keep saying, and I'll say it again, God is within you. You actually run into trouble when you try to look for him outside of you. He's within you. And if you listen, if you get off of these apps, you will hear him. He talks to you all day. If something inside of you told you to try this, start this, post this, launch this, that's God. And he's telling you these things because you can. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can. God would never plant seeds in an environment that cannot harvest them. If it was truly out of reach for you, if it was truly something that you were incapable of, you would have never thought about it. I promise you, it would have never crossed your mind. But it did. It did. Because you can. But in order to actually get it done, you have to let go of fear. People always say they walk with God until it's time to get to walking. You have to decide to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone. I'm not even asking you to do a whole foot, a half an inch. Just spend 20 minutes doing something different. Just take a half an inch out of your comfort zone every single day, and slowly but surely you will start to make the changes that you need to make in order to live the life you want to live. But if you don't, if you keep doing what you've been doing, go ahead and just come back a year from now and let me know how it's going. Nothing will have changed. The only thing that would have changed is you got 1 year older doing the same exact thing from last year. Now that's scary. That's scary. You are going to have to change because who you are today does not align with who you want to become. I'm going to assume you want to be that version of you that is confident, who shows up for herself, who puts herself first in her own life, who only goes where she's celebrated, not tolerated, who knows how to cut people off who use and abuse and not feel guilty for it, who knows how to stick to the plan and not the move, who's posting her content and living her life unapologetically, and who doesn't care what people think. But in order to become that version of you, you're going to have to change who you are. See, the version that I just described, that's already within you. You are more than capable of becoming that version of you. But that version of you is buried under the fear. It's buried under the limiting beliefs. It's buried under the excuses. It's buried under the distractions. And until you change, you will not become that version. You have to change. You have to change. For those of you guys who want to change, then I want to help you. But I can only help people who want it. I can't help people who don't. If you are 1000% happy with the way life is going for you, and you don't believe that there's any room for change, then fine. I'm not going to convince you otherwise. Keep doing what you've been doing. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep doing you. But if you're not 1000% happy with the way things are going and you want to change it, then I want to help you. Inside Glowup Academy, I'm going to teach you how to start your online business from scratch. Everything you need to be successful is inside of Glowup Academy. Whether you want to sell your products on TikTok Live, how I do, how my students do, how thousands of creators do, I'll teach you. Whether you want to make an ebook, whether you want to sell an e-course, whether you want to create a private community, I will teach you. Maybe you want to monetize your content. So not only do you want to get paid to sell, you also want to get paid to post. I'll teach you. All of my platforms are monetized. Every single thing that you need to be successful with your online business is inside of Glowup Academy. But not only am I going to teach you how to build your online business from scratch, most importantly, I'm going to teach you how to build you. Together, you and I are going to build your confidence. Together, you and I are going to build your discipline. Together, you and I are going to build your consistency. Together, you and I are going to start making you a priority in your own life. Yes, we do all have 24 hours. Absolutely. I'm not denying that. But we do not all have the same responsibilities. Everyone has different things going on in their life, different things that they have to focus on. So together, you and I are going to figure out what works best for you. You can still be a good wife and run your online business. You can still be a good mother and run your online business. You can still be a good friend and run your online business. We will talk about the things that are important to you, and we will structure your business and your goals around that so that you can still be all of the things that are most important to you and still show up for you. Glowup Academy is the space where not only do you build your online business, but you become the woman who not only starts, but actually follows through. And we're going to do it together. Now, before I let you join, there's a couple of things, okay? One, I only let 10 people in at a time because, believe it or not everybody has the same path. Some people have a product, but no audience. Some people have an audience, but no product. Some people have a million ideas. I told y'all earlier, money flows where energy goes. Some of you guys are spreading yourself way too thin. So you're listening to all 1,000 ideas that God gave you when you're trying to build everything. No, ma'am, that stops today. Today, you and I are going to build one idea, We're going to choose your one most top tier creme de la creme favorite idea, and that is the one idea that we will build. And then once that idea is making money, then we will reach back into the pile if you desire, and we'll pull up another idea to start building. Okay. But we're going to focus on one. Money flows where energy goes. We're going to put our energy into one, not 10. Some of you guys have no clue what kind of business you want to start, and that's fine. We'll figure it out together. Some of you guys don't want to start a business right now, or maybe not ever. There are other things that you might want to work on. Maybe you want to work on your confidence. Maybe you want to work on prioritizing yourself. Maybe you want to work on healing. Whatever it is, we will work on it together. I have just noticed that for myself, having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me because I want to make sure that I'm able to pour into you the way that you deserve. We're going to sit down on our individual one-on-one Zoom, and we're going to talk about the things that you're struggling with and come up with a game plan for you. Okay, so that's why I cap it at 10, so that I can give you the energy that you deserve. All right. Something else, I'm only interested in helping people who want it. I told y'all that from the jump. I'm not here to force, I'm not here to convince. The woman who wants it, she knows that's who I'm here to serve. I'm going to set a 10-minute timer for us. Okay. When the timer starts, just move. A lot of you guys love to overthink, but I don't have to convince you. That hasn't gotten you anywhere. So stop making things hard. You don't have to struggle. Deep down inside, you already know I can help you. That's why you're still here. You could be anywhere on the internet right now, but you chose to stay here because I was able to connect with you and open your mind to different perspectives. So when the timer starts, just move, because once that 10-minute timer goes off, we're done. This is how I ensure I'm not forcing you or convincing you. Okay? I only want to help people who want it. I'm not here to convince or force. All right? Glowup Academy is lifetime access. So once you're inside, you are inside forever. Okay. You will always have access to all of the information that is in there, every single thing. Okay. It is jam packed with stuff. And I'm also always updating stuff because things change, like the algorithms change, the way YouTube pushes out content and creators change. Everything is always changing. So I'm always updating. Okay. So you'll always have access to all of that. You will also always have access to our live coaching calls. We go live inside of there. That's where you're able to ask me any questions that you have, any feedback that you want. If you want to share any ideas that you have or things that you're thinking about, then share them. That's what we're there for. Okay. You will always be able to join those. You will also always have access to ask me any questions in our inbox. Okay. There's an inbox, and I'm consistently checking in with you. I expect you to be checking in with me, making sure that you're doing what you're doing. If things aren't working, then we're going to pivot, we're going to change. Okay. So I expect to be hearing from you. Because Glowup Academy is lifetime access, it is $5.97, and it is worth every penny. Women join at $5.97 every day. However, I'm going to take the price down because you guys were present. You asked questions, and most importantly, you promised you were going to execute. Okay. The price will stay down for 10 minutes. You can use Afterpay or Klarna if you would like to break the payment up so you can still get in while it's lower. But once the timer finishes, the price will go back up to $5.97. So like I said, do not overthink, just move. Okay. Now, for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with the Skool platform, let me show you real quick. There is an inbox icon. Some of you guys missed this, and I got to message you multiple times to get your attention. There's an inbox icon here, okay? As you see, there's a red because one of my students just messaged me. As soon as I get off of this live, so in about 10 minutes, I'm going to be sending you a message, okay? I need you to respond to my message because we have to set up your Zoom. I want to know more about you, what you're struggling with. We're going to create a game plan specifically for you. So I need you to respond. The quicker you respond, the quicker we can execute. Time is of the essence. Let's stop wasting it. Okay. Now I know some of you guys are at work. Some of you guys have things to do with your family. That's fine. I need you to promise me though, before you go to bed tonight, can you please spend some time and respond so we can lock in and get these things done and start outlining the play so that you actually get to the results that you want? Okay. Because I'm ready. I'm waiting on you. So please make sure you respond. I'm also consistently checking in with you guys too. I want to make sure that you are making the progress. And if not, then we'll tweak. Okay. So I need to know. So please make sure you respond to me. Okay. Like I said, there's an inbox icon right here. So you'll see that. All right. I'm going to show TikTok how to join first, and then I'm going to show YouTube. YouTube, y'all's instructions are a tad bit different. So just hang tight for like 30 seconds. TikTok family, in order for you guys to lock in, you're going to click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Now, I am on 2 TikTok accounts. The TikTok that says tired of your own BS, let's fix it. You guys are on my backup account. So my profile does not look like this, but the link is still going to be the same no matter which one you're on. Okay. You're going to click where, where it says stand.store. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. Okay. And the Glowup Academy lifetime access price, has gone down from $5.97 to $3.49. And it will stay $3.49 for the next 10 minutes. Okay. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. Ladies, this is very important. Sometimes the autocorrect will change up some letters. Please quadruple check that. Okay, because the email address that y'all put in is where everything is going. All right, so I need you to look at it like 5 times, 4 times before you continue. All right, you can use Afterpay or Klarna to break the payment up, and then hit this blue button, Start My Glow Up. Within 30 seconds, you will be receiving your very first email from Stan. That is your order confirmation email, just letting you know the payment went through. The second email that will go right behind it will say, Jasmine Spencer invited you to join Glowup Academy. I am Jasmine Spencer. Okay. Open that email. You will see a yellow button that says join now. Click it, and you will be able to see everything inside of Glowup Academy. If you did not receive those emails, that's because there was a spelling mistake. But no worries, we'll fix it right here on live. I want to make sure everyone is where they're supposed to be. Also, if you have a Gmail account, sometimes that email will show up in the promotional tab. I've had a couple students that told me it showed up in the spam folder. So check both. But if you didn't get it, no worries, we'll fix it right here. Okay, so please don't leave my live until you confirm that you are fully inside and you see everything. Okay, YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, your instructions are a little bit different. You're going to leave my live and come to my YouTube channel, and then click where it says stand.store. And then here we are, same thing. Become the woman who actually follows through, marked down to $3.49 lifetime access. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check that email address like we just talked about. You can use Afterpay or Klarna, and then click on this blue button, Start My Glow Up. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and set our timer now. For the ladies who already joined, hang tight. I'm about to send you that secondary email, so don't go anywhere. Okay. Let me pull y'all up. I see some of y'all joined. Chrissy, I just sent you yours. Chrissy, I'm not sure if you're on YouTube or TikTok. I'm waiting on you. Oh, you guys, and when you do get the emails, I want you to actually enter into Glowup Academy, okay? Enter inside. I want to know that you see everything. There's no technical difficulties, because as soon as I get off of this live, so in about 9 minutes, I'm going to be messaging you. I can't message you unless you're already inside, okay? So I want you inside so I can message you, and so we can start locking in your one-on-one Zoom so we can get everything going, okay? So enter. Don't just say, yeah, I got the email, Jazz. No, enter. Enter. So Chrissy, let me know you got everything and that you're fully inside. And I'll be able to tell if you're inside, because I should be able to see that member count go up, ladies, okay? And where we at? Sharon. Chrissy, Sharon, check your email for me. And Amy, check your email for me. Chrissy, Sharon, Amy. I'm waiting on you 3 ladies. Okay. All right. So we got a few minutes left. Let me know you guys are inside. Let's work through some of our affirmations. Then we're going to close this up for the morning. Let's see. Let's do a confidence one. I am strong, capable, and resilient. How to live your life easily in adversity. Well, first of all, that's a mindset. That's a mindset. You guys, it really is, it's a lot of mental work. And if someone had told me this 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, I would never believed it. I used to hear people say all the time, it's a mindset. I'm like, the hell are you talking about? Life is hard. But what you fail to realize is you make it hard. You make it hard. A lot of times the business idea that you're looking for is literally right in front of your face. But you'll sit there and say things like, oh, I'm not smart enough to do that. You just talked yourself out before you even talked yourself in. You just convinced yourself. No one even said it to you. You convinced yourself that you couldn't do it. You just made up some limiting belief and you ran with it. You made things hard on yourself. So many of us are just addicted to struggling. We think everything is supposed to be a struggle. Failing to realize life can really be simple if you stop trying to voluntarily struggle. Look at some of the decisions and the habits that you have. And then ask yourself, are you really confused as to why you're struggling? Even though we talked about social media and spending so much time on it, unfortunately, most of you guys, as soon as I end this live, all you're going to do is hop into another one. And you're going to sit in some more struggle instead of just closing the app and doing the things that we talk about. It's like some people are just addicted to just let's just make life as hard as possible when it really doesn't have to be that. If you claim you don't have time, well, audit your time. Where do you spend your free time? Where do you spend your free time? Most of y'all, it's social media. I always tell my students, especially like my repeat viewers, especially my YouTubers, I love the fact that you guys watch my YouTube videos. I appreciate it. Some of you guys are regulars on the lives. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad to see you again. At the end of the day, I want you in motion. I don't want you sitting down and watching me. I really don't. I don't want you laying in bed and watching me. I really don't. I want you moving. You better be listening to me while you're getting your steps in to lose this weight you've been talking about losing for years. You still ain't lost it yet. I want you meal prepping if you're going to listen to me. Start meal prepping the meals so you can get your calories for the day. If you're listening to me, you better be setting up to make your own content. Don't just listen to me and you're not even setting up your tripod and your ring light so you can make the videos and say you want to make so damn bad. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're listening to me, you better be driving to work so you can get this money so you can start improving your life. Don't just listen to me and you're not moving. I can't stand that. Because then at the point, I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you. Because if you're not going to execute nothing that we're talking about, I'm not helping you. So then there's no point. You make things hard on yourself. You really do. So how do you live your life easily? Stop making things so hard. And then some people have so much pride that they can do everything by themselves. No, you can't. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I had yo-yo dieted for years. I had been big my whole 20s. And I kept trying to do it myself. Oh, losing weight is easy. I just have to do this. And I still wasn't losing it. I still ain't lose it. So I decided to stop being so damn prideful. And I hired a personal trainer. I got around someone who knew more than me. And there's nothing wrong with that. And when I got around him and he taught me what I didn't know, I lost the weight. Just imagine if I had just did that, if I had let go of the pride before I did. I could have been smaller years before I got smaller. But so many women are so prideful. You think you can do everything by yourself. You're just addicted to struggle. And that makes life hard. There's nothing wrong with needing help. I don't know why we think that, but that's not true. It's okay to need help. That's normal. I spent so many years trying to lose weight on my own because I can do it all. I'm a strong, independent Black lady who can just do it all on her own. That's the narrative I used to run with. Struggle, struggle, struggle. I don't I don't know why we do it. But we make life hard on ourselves. We really do. We really do. I am strong, capable, and resilient. Okay. And I don't have to convince you of your strength and your resiliency. You can see that in your own life. Because I know for a fact you got through something. Life won't peaches and creams. You went through something and you got through it. So if you were able to get through that, why do you think you can't get through this? I don't know. It really is a mindset thing. I spend way more time helping women overcome their limiting beliefs, building up their confidence. Thank you. Building up their confidence, showing or helping them see for themselves how amazing they are. Because once we overcome that hurdle, it's smooth sailing from there. Now it's not a, well, I don't know if my product is good enough, because you already know the value that you add. Because we've dived deep. You've started showing up for yourself. Now you're believing in yourself. All that other stuff becomes easy. All because we got through the confidence part. Trying to figure out, well, where did the confidence, why don't you have confidence? What's going on? What is the fear that you're holding on to? And then once we work through that, everything else is like second nature. Now you're not second guessing what to post. You already know what's gonna do well, because you already know that what you're talking about, the business that you have, you already know it's gonna reach the right people. You're not chasing an audience. You already know now that you will attract the audience to you, because you're no longer living in fear. I spend way more time helping them build their confidence, become more consistent. Time management for sure. Time management's a big one. Time management is a big one. Um, oh, that's our timer. I'm gonna show you guys one more time. I'm still waiting on Chrissy. I saw, hold on. And some of y'all are not new here, so y'all already know how we do. Do not leave my live until you let me know that you are fully inside. I really want to know that you got your emails, because I don't know what your email is supposed to be to know if you're inside or not. To know if you got it or not. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you can click on my profile picture up at the top twice, come to my profile, and then click where it says stand.store. Don't forget the one that says tired of your own BS. You guys are on my backup account, so my profile does not look like this, but the link is still the same, okay? Stand.store. And then here, oops. Here we are. Become the woman that actually follows through. Mark down to 349 for lifetime access. Scroll down, enter your name, and quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that up, and then you click this blue button right here that says Start My Glow Up. Okay. YouTube. You guys are going to leave my live and come to my YouTube channel, and then click where it says Stand.store. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. Same thing, mark down to 349 for lifetime access. Feel free to read my reviews. Enter your name, quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna, and then click this blue button, Start My Glow Up, okay? All right. I'll make sure everyone's where they're supposed to be. Ladies, please, please, please. I don't know if she's on TikTok. I need to know you got your email. Sharon. Not sure where you are. Okay. I am waiting on Sharon and Chrissy. Sharon and Chrissy. Sharon and Chrissy. Okay. He might not even be here anymore. He might done left. All right. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. Let's do one more affirmation. We're gonna close this out. Sharon and Chrissy, I'm still waiting on you guys. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to find one that we don't really do that often. Oh, here we go. I am deserving of every bit of love, joy, and positivity that comes my way. I am deserving of every bit of love, joy, and positivity that comes my way. Amen to that. You guys, I'm going to close it out with this. You are deserving of all things, but the things that you have going on in this pretty head of yours is holding you back. The thoughts that you have, the limiting beliefs, and the fear that you refuse to let go of. And until you change those things, you won't see this. You won't see this. It truly is a mindset thing. And if you need help, there's nothing wrong with seeking help. If you need someone to hold you accountable, then get it. Okay? Just get it. Stop making life so hard. Life really does not have to be a struggle. All right. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me this morning. For those of you guys who joined, I'm hopping inside now. You'll get a message from me in the next few minutes. For those of you guys who didn't, I'm glad that you are getting the results that you need and you don't feel the need to change anything. Make sure you follow me so you don't lose me. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. Also, YouTube, the Patreon is now available. Click the link down below in my description. You guys can join that. And everybody else, I hope you have an amazing rest of your Wednesday, okay?